If you are a generator, it means that you are here to do the work of the world and become masterful at that work. Meaning you are here to spend your energy by passionately turning inspiration from the world around you into form. And the way that the generator is to do this is by responding to the physical world around them. The life strategy for a generator is to wait for something to show up in their outer reality that they can respond to. It's not too hard for the generator to find something to respond to because the energy field generators have around their bodies, the so-called aura, is quite open, expansive, and enveloping, making it quite easy to feel these types as warm and inviting. And this I have tried to show by this little happy yellow jumping guy down here on the right side on this slide. The way that generators are to make decisions in their lives, if something is right for them or not, to put their energy into something or not, is to feel into their sacral center, into their gut feeling. If something is a hell yes answer or a no, not so much kind of answer from their body. This is the guideline for them to make decisions in their lives because the energy of the sacral center has to wait for the right work, the right relationships, the right things and opportunities to come along in the outer reality and then respond to it, meaning getting a strong physical gut feeling if something is a yes or a no answer, and then take action accordingly. Generators are not to create and initiate from the thoughts in their minds, shown by this little brain here in the middle with a crossover, because that way they have a tendency to run into problems and spend their energy on something that can start making them feel unsatisfied, stressed, anxious, or maybe even burned out if they choose to continue and proceed for too long doing something they're no longer passionate about. I have a little story that goes with the airplane and passport there as well about how generators are to wait for something to show up in their outer reality instead of initiating from the thoughts in their minds. Let's say you sit at your workplace and you are a generator and you get this feeling in your body that, I could really use a vacation. And if you would just go online right there and then and find one of the websites where you can choose a vacation from and order right away, it wouldn't fit with your specific energy. Instead, take notice of how you feel in your body and then wait for something to respond to. So let's say after you have been at your workplace, you have an appointment on the way home at the doctor's. And when you arrive there, the doctor says, Whew, you look a little tired. Maybe you should take some time off, or maybe you should go on a vacation. Aha, now you have something to respond to from your outer reality. Then you drive from your doctor and you go towards where you live. And on the way home, you see a billboard where it says cheap flight tickets to somewhere, maybe somewhere where you know a person or you have some family. And when you arrive home, you see in the mailbox that somebody, maybe a friend of yours, are inviting you to come and stay with him or her for maybe a duration of a week. Now you have some things that has happened in your outer reality that you can respond to, and now you can go online and book your ticket. Does that make sense? I hope it does. In human design, we differentiate between what's called non-sacral and sacral beings when we talk about the different types. The generator and the manifesting generator types are so-called sacral beings, meaning that they have consistently activated sacral centers, giving them access to consistent work and life force energy. In opposition to these two types, we have the manifestors, projectors, and reflectors, who are so-called non-sacral beings who do not have consistent access to this kind of energy. They can really only sort of lend it from the generator and the manifesting generator types for the limited amount of time that they spend together. The generator and manifesting generator types rarely run out of energy as the other types do. Instead, they have a tendency to burn out from no longer being passionate about what they spend their energy on. The symptoms in their bodies that often starts as frustration can come from the work itself or from the fact that they have to go through a stair-step learning curve towards mastery in their lives. When generators want to learn and master something, anything in their lives really, they naturally, after a few steps on their journey, ends up on what can feel like a plateau. And that usually makes them feel stuck and causes the feeling of frustration. The emotional theme of a generator is frustration, and this is the feeling they feel in their body when they're out of alignment with their inherent energy. They can easily end up feeling frustrated if they have initiated a process by following a thought created in their minds, or when they end up on a plateau, as I just mentioned. On the other hand, they also have something which is called a signature theme, and for the generator, that is satisfaction. Satisfaction is usually expressed when they have spent their energy well and they feel that the work they have done was done well. This creates a good feeling in their bodies because they have used their energy in the right way they are to operate their specific energetic design. One last thing I want to mention is that generators need to spend up all their sacral energy by the end of the day. If you think of a generator as a battery, as shown on the right side here, at the end of the day, that battery needs to be out of energy for them to be able to fall asleep. So if you are not fully tired yet, try and do a bit of workout, go for a run in your neighborhood, have sex or similar, because you need to have used all this energy to be able to have a good night's rest.